All right, good afternoon. Wow. Good afternoon to all the listeners out there. This is Happy Thoughts with Francine delas, and I'd like to welcome you all to our, is it Monday? Yes, Monday episode. So I'm so sorry for that short mental block. As I have been telling all my friends, I am still in 2013. So I'm very careless and mindless with dates right now. So yes, it's another Monday afternoon, and today's topic is 2014 attitudes, and I'm very happy to be sharing one of my newfound friend, Mr. Ron Villagonzalo, a blogger, an entrepreneur. He's very dynamic, so I want him to be the one to describe himself, because he's also into telemarketing, call center. He's also a supplier. He does a lot of service for the call center industry. So I really don't know how to put it in one word, but maybe Ron is the best. Ron is the best person who can give you guys a brief background on what it is that he does. So first, Ron, hello to all the listeners and the viewers.
Afternoon, Happy New Year, Happy 2014 sa lahat. Thanks po for inviting me, Chi.
You are absolutely welcome. And Ron, so I know your 2014 already started, right?
Yeah.
And I know you're already harassed.
So harassed.
And so stressed. I was just talking to Spidey yesterday, and I was telling him that I was still in 2013, and he said, "Oh, you're 12 days delayed." I said, "It's okay because there's no one here in 2013. Everyone's in 2014 already."
So solo mo na.
Yeah, solo ko na. It's like a virtual ghost town. And today I met a friend, Pete Morato, who's apparently also in 2013. So there's a couple of us here still in grade 2013. Yeah. So Ron, I invited you over, and I had quite a difficult time choosing for a topic. Normally, when I choose guests, and I also choose I also match the topic to the demeanor, disposition, to the pagkatao of the guest, diba? And I couldn't finish the poster last Saturday because I just didn't want to put any topic out there until when I woke up Sunday and the word attitude came to mind, and I said that's perfect for Ron. So am I right?
Yeah. Kasi, well, one of the things that I learned from a friend of mine, his name is Joel. When way back when I was still in the pharmaceutical industry. So, yung pharma industry po yan yung bebenta ng gamot.
Yeah.
So, nasa promotions kami ng gamot before. His favorite line when we were still both single, you cannot be happy and sad at the same time. So, you choose to be happy. So, you need to have the right attitude lagi.
So, okay, which brings me to my first question. But I want to ask you if you were ever shy in your whole life.
Yeah, well, probably when I was a baby.
Because when I met you, you struck me already as a person with a very strong can-do attitude. All right, and you're not just a person who does things, but you're also a visionary. You easily see the potential in any idea and pursue and go for it right away. So I was wondering if that only came about when you were already working, or was there ever a time that you were shy?
Well, mamaya baka bahain ng Facebook ko nitong mga mag-react.
So mahiyain ba si Ron before?
Mga kaibigan
was there ever a time na mahiyain ba si Ron, or Ron was always someone who would always go for it?
Well, as far as I remember in high school, I wasn't part of the cool batch. I wasn't one of the cool kids.
Ako part of the kid ako kasi
part ako ng nerdy. Alam mo yung mga binabatak-batukan ng mga cool pero in terms of things that I was, nag-boy scout ako, nag-CET ako. So, I think those were part of the things that developed me in terms of character. Doon ko natutunan, you realize that I could do a lot of things. So, meron silang time na iiwan ka sa gitna ng bundok. Then they will give you a compass and find your way back to town. Iwan ka mag-isa. So, although, yung seniors mo, they were just hiding, of course. Pero if you're high school, it's scary.
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay.
So,
okay, the viewers and the listeners might be wondering who Ron Villagonzalo is. I just wanted to start off with that question, kung mahayaan ba si Ron. So, if Ron was ever shy. Now that we know that there was a time in your life when you were not part of when you belong to the more silent, more serious group.
well, until now naman, I'm still not part of
That's
the
really not true.
Hindi ako cool.
No, I think I would never even have pictured you as uncool, because now that since I met you and all the way up until today, you have always, like now, you're sporting a fedora hat and just,
There's a big reason why.
But that's okay, diba? You know how to put yourself together.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, your personality, it's lively, it's fun, it's very positive, diba? It's if there's any, you know how to pull up a person, okay? From, let's say, they're new in the group, you know exactly how to entertain them. So I would not even have imagined that at one time in your life, you were not like this. So anyway, Ron Villagonzalo, if you can, he's, as far as I know him, okay, I met him as a blogger, and eventually I got to know that he is a business owner also of Sagabay. So can you give them an idea who Ron Villagonzalo is from 10 years back all the way till today?
Okay. As I mentioned earlier, I started my career sa pharmaceutical sales. So, ang tawag namin doon, drug pusher ng legal na drugs. So, yung dinilinaw ko lang po, yung legal, okay, yung mga prescription drugs, yung mga vitamins yan. So, after that, I went to the call center. So, booming kasi yung call center segment. So, I decided to try to apply. I was lucky to get hired as an operations manager doon sa isang call center sa Ortigas. Then, after that, I worked sa clinical research. So, para dun sa mga listeners natin that don't know what clinical research is, all drugs or all medicines before they are allowed to be used by people, it's tested. So, I worked there, not as the tester. So, I was also still in sales there. Then, after that, I put up my own company. It's Sagabay Outsourcing Services. We started out with call center services because since basically that's where I knew how to do kasi I came from the call center then. Then in a couple of years after, we expanded to web development. So gumagawa na kami ng websites. The person that, na-influensyahan ako to try developing websites is Spidey. Si Rafi sa digitalspidey.com. He saw that I had a website before na template-based lang. So sabi niya, dude, why don't you, site builder pala siya. So why don't you try configuring your own website? So he taught me that. Then after that, we started offering social media services. So for companies that, want to get a foot in the door, in a sense, in the internet, para may presence sila doon and everything else. We help companies in terms of, promoting themselves in the digital media. So we do consulting and everything else. So for the last I think 3 or 4 years na yung company. So that's what we do. So besides being a blogger, which is a passion of mine. You write about what you eat, what happens, places you go, things you do, gadgets that you're able to try out when you buy dahil gusto mo. Well, it also helps, provide other people information in terms of, where can we eat sa Ortigas? Where can we eat sa Eastwood?
How long were you employed as a med rep?
In the pharma industry, I was, I think, about 8 years.
8 years, and then you went on your own after?
No, I left the pharma, I think, 2007. Nung malis ako, manager na ako. Then I went to the call center industry. I stayed about a year and 3 months.
How come that's a big leap in terms of industries, like from med rep to call center? What made you go to the call center side?
At that time, that was one of the booming industries. Until now, call center is one of the booming industries na sa layo. So, I wanted to make the jump to a different segment, industrial segment. Kasi most people that I know that, are in the farm industry, paglipat, pharma pa rin, lumilipat na ng ibang company. So, I wanted to try something else. So, pinagpala ako ni Lord, na I was accepted into a call center sa Ortigas. Then, I stayed about a year and 6 months yata dun sa call center na yun. Then, after that, I transferred work. Doon ako nag-start mag-home-based. Kaya that's where I got the idea of, people can start working at home pala, na nasa bahay lang, that's Pinoy. So, I worked 2 years na nasa bahay. Kala nga ng mga kapitbahay ko, sa mga kamag-anak ng asawa ko.
Pal ka?
Pal daw ako eh. Kasi nasa bahay lang ako, hindi ako maalis. Susundo ako ng mga bata araw-araw sa school. So, kala nila pala ko. Sinabi ko, dude, I'm earning this. Ha? Bulat sila. Bulat sila. So, yun yung,
when you moved from the being employed to being self-employed, what was your work at home job, so to speak? What was the first? Was it also in telemarketing?
Yeah, when I put up my own company, our specialization kasi, since yun yung alam ko, na we can do via the internet, was telemarketing. So, what I did, I hired a couple of people. Merong naka-base sa office, yung site-based. Then, I also had a couple that were home-based. So, they were just staying at home. So, we were calling US, Australia, at that time, US and Australia, ang majority ng clients namin that we were calling. So, we were doing, appointment calls for companies in the US, for their sales agents to visit the clients in their respective offices. So, yun yung first few projects namin. Then, after that, we started, yung mga old clients kept on coming back. Oh, dude, can you also do websites? Can you do this? Can you do research? Can you do the VA for me? Yung VA, virtual assistant. Can you have someone to answer my calls and everything else? I mean, yeah, answering calls is the same. The only difference is you're answering the call, not making the call.
There's now basically two, let's just say, behaviors that you have exhibited from the time that you left from the time that you moved from one job to another, and from the time that you also set up your own work at home set up, right? See, the first thing was you just went into the call center. It was a total leap of faith, and by the time you had your own work at home set up, your clients, you were able to service the needs of the client, even if it were beyond your initial skill and know-how, diba? So that if I were to listen to your story, Ron, that kind of already tells me that one, you really parang you're fearless, diba? And then secondly, you're fearless, parang you don't entertain doubts, diba? Even if it might not be up your alley. You're second is like you're also a willing learner, diba? And another one is that you don't say no.
Oh yeah, especially to clients. Never say no. If they ask you if you can do something, unless of course you're in the call center industry, then they tell you, dude, can you build me a house? So, medyo kakaiba na yun, So, one thing that I've done in the years past, I never said no directly to a client. Oh, dude, we can't do that, or we don't do that. Because if a client goes to you and you say, I don't do that, the second time, third time it goes back, ask you, oh, I don't do that. The client will not go back the fourth, fifth time. He will never ask you again because everything I ask, if you can do, you say you can. So what I did before, we had a client in Australia that wanted a website done. So, I can't do that personally, but I do have web developers. So that's what I answered. So, I actually did naman. I knew a couple of people that knew how to do the website. So, sabi niya, this is what I want to happen. So, okay, tell me what you want to do. Blah, blah, blah. I took on the things. Then, okay, let me get back to you in a couple of days. I'll give you a quotation. So right after the call, I made calls to my friends. Dude, you can make a website, right? Yeah. This is what the client wants. Can you do this? Yeah. Di usap na kami. How much? Then I go back to the client. Dude, this is how much it's gonna cost. For example, it's gonna cost you 50,000. So I had a friend of mine do the website. So the main reason I started thinking of websites, we had this major project in Australia that we over time.
Yeah.
There was one last part, integral part of the website that the developer couldn't make to work. So I told the developer, give me the username and passwords and everything. I'll take a look. Although I actually don't know anything about coding, whatever. So tinignan ko. There was a script that wasn't working na ginawa niya. So sabi ko, can't we change that with a different plugin or app? Sabi niya, pwede naman. Let's change this with this one. So naging less lang yung functionality nung factor na yun, which the client was okay with. So we changed that. We tested. Gumana. So natapos. So, sabi ko noon, uy, pwede pala ako magkalikot. Then that's when Spidey started, dude, you should start going to WordPress. So yeah, I started, thinking WordPress. And every time that I had any problems or questions, I call up Spidey. Raf, how do we do this? What code do I use? And after that, in the long run, Google na lang. Pag meron kang hindi alam, i-Google mo. So there's a lot of information that's in the internet naman. You just need to know exactly which type of information that you're gonna use. Kasi marami ding false information, maraming mali, so you need to know exactly what.
So, essentially, because of your can-do attitude and your proactive, disposition, it allowed you to diversify into many other fields as far as the industry is concerned. Wow, Ron. But I thought, from the first time that you started your story and up to your last sentence, these were actually the attitude that I saw in your story. One, fearlessness, then the other one's willingness to learn, the other one's can-do attitude. Fourth, you take the initiative, and secondly, you're very proactive. So, is that something that you deliberately choose to do, or it just comes naturally for you?
I think partly natural, partly it was ingrained into me. For those guys who know people that work in the pharma industry, it's a very tough industry. And I was very lucky that I had a very nice boss. Yung direct manager ko when I was a rep. Actually, compare ko na ngayon yun si Gary. He helped me a lot. He taught me a lot. So, one of his major attitudes also was, dude, there's no problems na can't be solved. So, kaya natin yan. Hanapan natin lagi ng paraan. So, lagi siyang gano'n. So, I think that helped na, get the attitude na, yeah, we can do this. If you don't know about something, there's always someone out there that knows how to do the things that you need to be done. So, doon nagsimula. Pero, it's also not good na it's too fearless,
Yeah. But in terms of, sige, let's talk about that when you get back.
Yeah, okay.
All right. We just have to go on a short break for VOA News. We'll be right back. But before we go on VOA, I think there's a song that I chose for the episode today. It's Don't Stop Me Now by Queen.
Tonight, I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive.
Of the Philippines life coach, Ana Cabrera.
Turn to Happy Thoughts on DZRJ 810 AM, the voice of the Philippines. Here is your host, Francine delas Alas.
Welcome back to Happy Thoughts with yours truly, and I am with Mr. Ron Villagonzalo, a blogger, an entrepreneur, a very colorful, dynamic person, a person with an attitude, good attitude naman, hindi attitude problem. So I want to welcome you back, Ron. And,
Thank you.
so to all the listeners and the viewers, if you want to join our conversation today and you want to create outcomes, different outcomes for 2013, know what it takes, what attitude it takes to start taking the first step, to start picking up the momentum in your in any aspect of your life, you can call us up at 895-4460. Again, that's 895-4460, and I'm gonna gladly turn you over to Ron so he can answer all your questions.
Yeah, as long as I can answer,
So Ron's here because our topic for today is 2014 attitude. When I met Ron, he's actually a person who's very proactive. Okay, he's when I met him, parati siya, every idea he can always turn it into something profitable, or he can turn it to something very useful or productive. And when I was looking for a topic that I wanted to cover for the guesting of Ron, I couldn't immediately find one, and I'm really glad I slept on it, because when I woke up yesterday morning, and my first thought was Ron and the poster. I said, okay, what's the topic? And it was perfect that the word attitude came to mind, because that's what Ron exudes. Okay, he's a person who always goes for it. Okay, I don't see him. I've never seen him buckle down since I've met him. He says always, okay, let's do that. Let's try this. So anyway, Ron, we were when we started the show earlier, we were talking about the background of Ron, and from his life story, there were at least 5 attitudes that Ron has as far as his personality and character is concerned. And I learned that he is reason why he has a go for it attitude is because he's fearless. He's willing to learn. He's got a can-do attitude. He takes the initiative, and at the same time, he's also very proactive or very solution-oriented. And one of the remark of Ron is it's also not very good to be fearless, and I said we'll pick that up when we get back after the break. So Ron, when you say why should there be a healthy kind of fearlessness?
Because it's dangerous. You might lose your money. I've actually lost a lot. Don't tell my wife. Oops. We're on air.
Oh, hi, wife.
Hi, Queenie. Yeah, because there's a lot of bad people out there always trying to take advantage of people. I've lost my fair share of
experiences.
Yeah, experiences. I've also made a lot of mistakes already. So you just need to have a couple of mentors in a sense. Na if you're trying to do something na even though na you feel secure or you feel na alam mo yung topic, make sure you consult. Don't kasi a lot of the one thing that I've noticed kasi one of our businesses is setting up call centers. So I've had a lot of clients na after 1 month, 2 months, feeling nila alam nila yung kaagad patakbuhin yung call center, kung paano yung ganito. So bigla kay etsapwera na even though you have a contract. So yung pag ganun, hinahayaan ko na lang.
Yeah.
So,
just send their names to me so they'll never be.
Yeah, so sinasabi ko lang sa kanila, bahala kayo, okay. And there's already a couple of them that already closed down.
That's what you call prosperity tests.
Yeah.
And that's the word that's the phrase that Divine used, and it's very true for all persons, whether it's in business or personal relationship. When it comes to money, diba, especially if it starts earning income or the potential starts becoming the potential start to unfold. One of the partners, or not just one, sometimes most of them, they start thinking of the investment that they made, diba? So that's one thing that they really have to be careful on. And you're right, when it doesn't mean that we're stopping them from going after their dreams, right?
Yeah, go.
It means lang that what Ron said, you can consult and make sure that you are armed with the right information
and make sure you're asking the right people kasi I've also had clients like that na, they listen to their friends. They listen to their friends or wala namang alam dun sa gagawin. So mas nakikinig po sila dun kaysa someone that I've had 5-6 years experience in running a call center. Mas doon pa makikinig kasi sa akin. So, hindi naman kita linaloko.
And that's very, that's actually in one of the success principle of Jack Canfield. One of the stories that he shared there. We usually complain to the wrong people,
yes.
Diba? So it's I guess similarly to what you're saying. If you are going to venture into a business, make sure, or if you are an employee and you don't like the system, don't complain to your office work, to your office mate, or don't complain to your neighbor about, let's say, the business that you're setting up. Don't complain to the people who can't help you or who don't know anything about the business or
Ako, my first mentor when I started my own company was my dad. He's in the US. He used to be in sales also. So mataas yung position niya sa pharma din before. I guess one of the reasons I probably got into the pharma business. When I started my own business, feeling ko galing ko eh. Kasi ang tagal ko na sa sales. So well, at that time I thought I was very good in crafting proposals, business plans. Kasi dun sa mga companies that I worked with, okay naman ako eh. Then I sent it to my dad.
Puro red mark.
First draft, half yata rin nakasulat, red mark. Balik. I think
He's old school eh.
Yeah, he's old school. But I think it took me about the fourth draft that I sent sa kanya. Doon na yung walang red mark. And he was just using his point of view. Hindi, so he was critiquing me in terms of the principles of sales and marketing that he knew about. I was sending him a proposal about the call center, how I was setting up my own. Wala siyang alam sa call center. Hindi nga yata marunong mag-Twitter yun. Old school, as in truly old school.
He's my classmate in 2000 something.
So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask, and be open to.
And
critique.
I think don't just ask. Don't just use that advice once. You having mentors and consultants should be a lifetime habit. Diba? It should be a lifetime habit. It should accompany you all throughout every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
So, Ron, I have a question. As far as your attitude is everything that you are today, how has this affected how has this positively affected also your social relationships and your relationship with family and your wife and with friends?
Well, social relationships, two-prong yun eh. So, minsan yung iba sinasabi yabang ko. Kasi, I don't slouch na. Kasi, I usually stand up straight masyado. And dati lagi ako naka-corporate. So, long sleeves necktie. So, parang bigat daw ng dating sa ibang tao.
Yeah.
I had a lot of complaints nung nasa call center ako na yung staff ng ibang managers, yabang yun ni Sir Ron eh. Tapos matatransfer sila sa akin yun ang unang tanong ko. So, ano masasabi mo sa akin? Sir, yabang niyo daw. Sino nagsabi? Sila. O ngayon na nag-uusap na tayo kanina, paano masasabi mo? Sir, hindi kayo mayabang. Okay, fine. Natakot, harap ako.
Hindi kayo mayabang, intimidating lang.
Pero
they changed the adjective.
Yeah. It helps a lot. Actually, because of, the attitude that, I guess, that, I'm always open to meeting people, trying new things and everything. I've met a lot of new people last year, that, that have gelled into a group. Yung TBNet nga, the Philippine Blogger Network. Sila Azrael Coladillo, we've had him here before, diba?
Yeah.
Si Rafi Pedrahita, si Rafi Pexon. We started meeting, nag-usap lang kami yan sa internet eh. So, we met a couple of times, then, as time went by, we sometimes spend off time together na, pare, tambay tayo. You release, then, while you're...
No longer work, just work.
At that time, you're also brainstorming eh. So, doon na marami nangyayari. I think it's more on the people that you surround yourself with. Kung if you surround yourself with negative people, negative ka lagi. So me, I try to surround myself with positive people, positive thinking. Sa family, well,
when you were courting, that attitude, is that how you got
hindi,
your wife?
choppy ako.
Choppy ka?
Choppy ako. As in, I think I found my feet in the pharma industry. When I started earning my own money, kasi when I was in college, hindi naman kami rich eh. So, regular lang kaming tao. So, wala akong pera, wala akong pang-date. So, nung I started working, doon ako natuto ng I felt confident na I was earning my own money na and everything else. So, kahit even if ask my wife, napaka-choppy ko. Even may mga barkada ko ng high school.
So here, the fearlessness was not there. The
Ay, pagdating sa babae, choppy ako hanggang ngayon. Yung, kahit nung binata ko, yung lalapitan mo sa bar yung girl, tapos you'll, kikilalanin mo. I rarely do that.
Even Azrael said, si Ron, chope, come on.
It's true, dude. It's true. Yeah.
I also can't picture that. Diba? Because when the first time that I met Ron, isasara ko na lang yung mata ko, let's say, pag matutulog, I'm thinking of Ron. Nagkakwento pa siya sa head ko. He's still in my head talking.
Well,
then.
confidence is, it slowly builds up. The more things you can do, na nakita mong you can achieve,
Actually,
build yung confidence. Pero it starts with attitude talaga. If you say that you can't, you can't. Sabihin mo, wala akong pera, mahirap ako. Wala talaga, mangyayari talaga yun sa'yo.
Yeah, which brings me to a point that I want to stress. That was one of the stories that Ron shared with me a couple of weeks back after the guesting with Miss Nelda Zulueta. Said that other people think that you're mayabang. But being in the industry, me training industry and knowing about behavior design and training programs, the people usually, those who have not yet really accomplished many things or conquered themselves, diba, their own limitations, will normally see that that's kayabangan. But for the person who actually conquered their own mountains, diba, what gets built actually is confidence, and that's what you will actually see in Ron. He knows what he's talking about, and he's very willing to help. One time I was asking about Facebook and embed the post, and he said, "Shin, can I call you?" Then he really walked me through it and helped me with the Facebook accounts, and that's, and if you are going to be judgmental about people like Ron, then you won't be able to get the benefit of the relationship, diba? And he won't be able to, you'll right away close up how he can actually, he's very talented. So he shares that with people that he meets, especially those who are as nice as me.
Yes, true.
Dahil ako lang.
Hindi, pay it forward. Yun yung namin, yung motto din namin. So, I was lucky in life na there are still a lot of people helping me,
They don't want to believe that you're shorted.
Yari kayo sa akin mamaya po eh.
Why? Is there any story that I don't know yet?
Wala naman, wala. O nga pala, segue lang, we're going to Bacolod on Saturday.
That's right. Is this already for the Rapinas?
No, we were invited to cover the sinulog sa Kabangkalan.
I saw you post that. Yeah. Who will be with you?
Rafi Pedrejita from Pinoy Travel Vlog at saka si Azrael of Azrael sa Maryland.
Yeah, by the way, I want to say hello to Rafi Pedrejita. Spidey, thank you for sharing your pictures. And Rafi Pexon, you were the one who actually suggested the link, and I asked permission from Spidey. So thank you for letting me use the pictures, and also at the same time, Rafi, thank you for being so helpful.
Yeah,
he was the one who...
Yung dalawang Rafi mo ba ito?
I couldn't find the picture of you.
Wala, sa Facebook ko wala.
Because my Gmail was so slow and I couldn't open my file. So I had to go to your Facebook and...
That's one of the problems of, if you're the one that's holding the camera. At the end of the night, you only have one picture out of 100. So if I need pictures of me, I always go to other people's Facebook. Dude, pag-grab. So, yun.
Alright, so we're almost out of time. We have about 3 more minutes to go. Ron, is there anything, let's say for 2014, for all the listeners and the viewers, those who are thinking of creating new changes in their life, or they also want to set up their work at home, what attitude should they have? What outlook should they have, diba? And or should they develop if they still don't have it?
Well, I guess one is, you think positive. Kasi one thing I noticed, a lot of people are too negative about life. Hindi kasi ako nakatapos ng pag-aaral, hindi ako ganito. So there's so many reasons. And may kasabihan nga, kung gusto mo may paraan, kung ayaw mo marami kang dahilan. So concentrate on the solution, not on the problem. So for those guys who want to start, learn how to start working at home, we're finalizing the schedules na pala. We'll be having one in Las Piñas this February. I think it's on the 15th or the 22nd that we're going to be doing it. So you guys can drop by doon. Anyone is that in Bacolod, dun sa may Kabangkalan nga, will be there covering the event for the Sinulog in care of the Provincial Tourism Board. We'll be staying in Jaicoland. Feel free to approach us if you have any questions. Huwag nila kaming batukan, please. So, yeah, just keep a positive attitude. Find the right people to talk to. Do not talk to your kapitbahay nga, sabi mo kanina. Don't talk to your kapitbahay that doesn't... If you want to start working at home, don't ask them if they're a traditional-minded person na gusto na 8 to 5 sa office. Sabihin nila kalokohan yun. You can earn. I know a lot of people that are earning. I know a couple, I've heard about a couple that earned millions last year working at home. So, sabi nila yun. I can't prove na kumita sila. So, there's a lot of things that can be done. So, just keep a positive outlook and, pray. But doesn't mean that you're praying na wala ka nang gagawin, tatanga ka na lang na nakaupo na lang, di ba? So, while you're praying, you do something. You support your actions with prayer and positive thinking, di ba?
Yeah.
And in terms nga pala, sabihin ko na lang din, I mentioned the work at home Pinas already. Also, the PBNet will be coming up with what we call the SME Sabado. So, yeah, we'll be featuring local Filipino businesses that we feel should be given a spotlight in terms of, getting recognition na, small business ka, you're helping. Even if you have 2 or 3 employees lang, that means you're helping 2 or 3 other families also, di ba? So, maraming maitutulong.
Yeah. I'm listening to you, Ron.
So, yun yung doon. I'd also like to greet yung writer ko, si Dayal. Hi, Dayal. Yung inaanak ko sa kasal. Nag-message. Saka yung mga friends natin from sino yun, Rafi? Biglang ganun, sila Hana Gaviola, saka si Sirikit. And our friends from BPI. Sila Patrick, saka si Jake, and sila sa PLDT. Sila Jonathan, saka si Thomas.
Hello,
they're listening kasi they're listening right now.
All right. So, I want to say thank you to Ron Villagonzalo for gracing. He's actually, my first official guest for 2014. All right. He made my December 2013 one of the highlights of my year, and this is my way of paying forward Ron for being so gracious to me last December. And there are also other PBN guys. There's Spidey also who will be up, and Ian, si Romantico Simpatico, will soon be here on February.
Ang seminaristang romantic.
Yes. Anyway, so guys, if you want to change your stars, diba, it takes attitude in order for you to take the first step, in order for you to build your first momentum, and in order for you to build a new outcome. Diba? And Ron's lessons for me are being fearless, healthy, positively fearless, all right, and having the willingness to learn and a can-do attitude, taking the initiative, and also being solution-oriented. This is the only way that you can start your own milestones in your success, and happiness as well. And sometimes, not only is it the only way for succeeding, it can also be the gateway to all diversified experiences, diba? And how you can also diversify in your business, except in your family. Do not diversify. If you have one wife and one husband, stay with one wife and one husband. I'm only saying that diversify experiences of diversity in other aspects of your life, like in your social friends, in your networks, and in your business, diba? That's it's only in taking the first step. So go and change your stars this 2014. This is Francine de las Alas along with Mr. Ron Villagonzalo saying thank you very much and happy thoughts all year round.
Yeah!